This is Hunt Nebraska, the official podcast for insight into Nebraska's hunting and shooting sports community. Be sure to give us a follow on Facebook, our space for sharing stories, information, tips, and techniques. Now, Hunt Nebraska.
Welcome into the Hunt Nebraska cabin. I'm Kyle Gasson, the Hunter Ed coordinator here with Nebraska Game and Parks, and today I brought in a special young man to come and join the Hunt Nebraska cabin here with me today to talk a little bit about the Cornhusker Trapshoots, and in particular the 56th annual one that was just happened earlier this month. There on May 1st and 2nd for the high schoolers and April 30th for the junior high kids, and it was a large event, went really well. The best weather you could ever ask for. But before we get into talking a little bit about that, I better introduce our special guest. We have Cooper here, and I'll let Cooper introduce who he is, what school he goes to, and maybe a little bit about himself.
Yeah, so I'm Cooper Sovey. Just graduated Lincoln Southwest High School. A little bit about me is I've been shooting for a number of years now. I was on the trap team for 7 years. Started back in 6th grade, and I'm going to UNL, University of Nebraska Lincoln, for college as a mechanical engineer.
Nice. And on top of that, too, you did some work here for us here for Nebraska Game and Parks.
Yes.
There at our Turpin Outdoor Education Center.
Yes.
So hopefully we get to keep seeing you throughout your time at UNL, still coming back here and helping from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Well, like I said, we had that large event going on there in Doniphan, Nebraska, the Cornhusker State Trapshoots. It's essentially the big end of the year final shoots for the season there, because the season starts up there, early March, late February? Is that about right, Cooper?
Practices start about early February, but then, meets start up about early March.
There you go. And so you decided to start off, wearing snowsuits, I'm assuming, went out there to the range.
Yes, yeah.
Weather being a big factor in this sport of, can change. The wind is probably the biggest factor of all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be rainy, sleety, snowing, but when the wind's blowing, those targets sometimes get a mind of their own.
Yes, they definitely do get a mind of their own. There's been a couple meets where you're almost kind of playing a guessing game with those clays. So,
yep. And so this year for being in a wide open field essentially there at Doniphan. It's a beautiful facility. They got 22 number traps plus trap A and B, so 24 traps running throughout the day. Each trap ran 8 to 10 squads on it each day, and so you're shuffling those 3 days. You're shuffling in nearly 2,500 students through that. Each of them shooting junior high, all shooting 100, and then the high schoolers all shooting 75 one day, 75 the next, for a total of 150 shots, which is a lot of clay being thrown down, a lot of lead being thrown down range. Being shot there, but that, like I said, it was sunny for the most part, but 10-mile-per-hour wind was about all the higher it got.
It wasn't too bad. It was a beautiful weekend out there, and we'll say out of the 7 years I've shot, that was probably one of the nicest weekends I've been out there.
I would agree. I've been helping run it, and I think that was probably the nicest weekend for all 3 days there, and because of it, there were some good scores.
Yes, there was.
So it was
real good scores.
That first day. Why don't you explain? So when we get into shooting trap, not a lot of people actually know what that is. Why don't you explain a little bit when you go to shoot trap? What happens on the first day, and then what happens on the second day?
So first day it was kind of just how I went through it. Woke up in the morning, drove out to Doniphan from our hotel, and checked in with my team and made sure all my team was there and found what trap I was on, and then just watch the traps till it's getting closer to your time, and then get ready and you get up there. And so for first day, you shoot from the 16-yard line. They call it the 16s, and you shoot 75. Like you were saying earlier, we shot 75 boxes both days. We shot 75 16s, and then kind of just hang out there. They got food trucks and a bunch of small business come out to support their business, and there's the Caterpillar. They do the excavation company out there. They got some fun games. You get to play basketball with an excavator, and So they got fun games out
I
there.
I was working way too hard. If I could have gone play basketball with an excavator. Sorry. Just fun things to do. But yes, continue on.
Yes. And then Saturday, it's kind of start the same, figure out what trap you're on. And what they do is those are called handicaps. So they take your average from the 16-yard line. So say I shot 3 boxes of 23s to make 23 out of 25. For my 3 boxes at 16s, just make math easy. I'd be shooting from the 23-yard line for my handicaps. And then you get put in a group for your handicaps. So the 24-yard line, 25-yard line are in the group, and so forth down to 18-yard line. And then you also kind of get put in a division of just everybody together and just shoot, have fun, and then, again, just hang out and have fun with the team after.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that first day, 16 yards there behind where the trap is being thrown, and then the next day, based on your scores, the first day, get moved back a little bit further to get a little more of a challenge for the good shooters are way back, and those who maybe had an off day will be a little bit closer. And so when you go through shooting those targets with the team, that first day you are with your teammates.
Yes.
So there's 5 of you, probably a group you've been shooting with for quite some time.
Yeah. Yes. So. Thing that's a little interesting in my opinion is my group that I've been shooting with during the regular season. So the team I shoot with, we're a mix of 3 schools: Lincoln Southwest, Lincoln Standing Bear, and Lincoln Northwest. So our trap team consists of those 3 schools. And so at state, they group you by schools.
Right.
So I basically shot with the same group that I had all season. They just had to switch a few people around because either they were Standing Bear, Northwest, or wasn't able to shoot with them. So that's all right.
Yeah, so I know they did the grouping by schools, but then they also have the option if you want to shoot with a certain group of people to get on a 4-H club together and shoot through 4-H.
Yep.
And so there's another option. If there is a group, don't have enough for a team or something, but want to work with a couple of area schools, you can work towards maybe a 4-H club in that area to get that going. But yeah, so you got to shoot with your teammates there, people you've probably been shooting with the last 4 to 6, 7 years, I'm guessing.
Yep.
And then that next day, though, you mentioned it does get kind of shuffled because you go then to your handicap. So you go, shooting people with the same distance to be safe while we're up there the entire time. But 5 of you up on a team, go up there and shoot, and it's just a cascading waterfall. Bang, 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 bang. Start again. So everybody shoots their 5 to 1 post, and then everybody rotates their 5 posts, 5 different kind of angles to shoot at that target. But then next to the handicap, you get to shoot with people from different teams, and then I'm sure that's the joy of the Nebraska Cornhusker Trapshoot there. The state shoot is you could be put with somebody from Lincoln or Omaha. You could be put with somebody from North Platte or up from Potter Dix or from Southwest Nebraska down in Cambridge or anywhere in between.
So for my handicaps, I shot with somebody from Kansas.
That's right, because it is a national shoot. So, like I said, it's the Cornhusker State shoot, but we encompass all other individuals from other states or teams from other states that come there and competes, which all it does is just raises the competition level or the excitement for everybody there. Well, you mentioned, we also have to ask, I know mine have been I didn't hear how the second day went, but we do have to see, how did it go for you there your senior year at the Cornhusker State
It went well. For my handicaps, I did about average, a little bit better than what I'd been doing all season. And again, a beautiful weekend, and everybody was shooting good. So I liked my score. I did good in my opinion, but still down there a little bit in the ranking a little bit, but that's all right.
That's how it goes. Like I said, that first day you had to shoot perfect, and then you got to shoot perfect for another, 2 boxes after that to win it. So only 125 straight without missing is not an easy thing to do.
No, it is not.
So, but yeah, it was quite the competition. Even and then they, there's different divisions where, you have the Fit 16s where you get scored on and get trophies for that. Handicaps get scored on, and then also combined, you get scored on as well. Yep. So there's lots of ways to be the best there. And get a lot of we get to recognize a lot of good shooters. And if you want to see how everybody did with some of those scores, you can head to our Game and Parks website, just search the Cornhusker State Trapshoot, and there we have a list of all of our award winners from this last year. As we move on, though, from this trap shoot, you've been shooting for a long time, and let's actually back up a little bit even before that. It's like, what got you into shooting trap?
So shooting sports in general, or just shooting in general, family wasn't really big on firearms and shooting, but I participated in the summer camps at Turpin Outdoor Education Center, and that allowed me to get the safety I needed and learn how to use those firearms, and I ended up enjoying it a lot. The archery and then the firearms range, big part of that. And so, yeah, that led me to, I just kind of started shooting on my own and enjoying that. Well, my 6th grade year, my middle school orientation day, the trap team had a little table set up,
Yep.
just trying to recruit people or just get their information out. And looked at my parents, was like, hey, that kind of looks interesting. Let's go take a look. Went and looked at it. And next thing you know, I shot with the team for 7 years.
Awesome. So we got to go tell Heather and her staff here, great job for a success story of going from a summer camp, because we could start with those at, 5th grade or so, maybe even 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Around that time.
About
and
8 when I started those summer camps. So
getting there and then earning your hunter ed through those. So, and then letting you always into a job as well here. So, and then now it sounds like maybe even something continuing on after high school. You're looking at maybe still shooting here at the next level.
Yeah. So I just recently joined UNL's Shooting Sport Club that they have. And so I'm doing some fundraising over the summer for that. And then that is a fall break over the winter spring club and travel team. So we could go a bunch of fun places for like championships and stuff.
Cool. Is there one discipline over there? Is it going to be shotgun focus, or are you going to shooting other disciplines, or what's your focus?
For their shooting club, it is mainly shotgun. So they have sporting clay, skeet, and trap, and then the multiple variations of those, like double skeet, double trap, super sporting, that I'll participate in. And I will say some of those do need a little practice.
You could say that. I don't know how much skeet shooting you've done, but for me, it's very humbling in my experience.
Yes.
It makes my dove hunting look better than it should have been.
Yes, it is definitely something that it takes practice. I mean, same with trap and sporting. I mean, all of it just takes practice and learning what to do better, and it helps to have somebody coach you through it. So that's why I liked being on the trap team for all those years, is coaches were super helpful, and they helped me get better and allowed me to advance to the next level to shoot in college.
And then me being my big hunting focus, I know you've also gotten to the field and done a little hunting as well as getting into shooting sports. Now, is hunting much in your family history then at all then?
No, not much hunting in family at all. So.
And what have you gone hunting for so far in your career of life?
Dove, deer, and trying to go turkey this season.
Any success in those so far?
Dove, I've got a few. Deer was kind of spotty last time I went. There wasn't much out, so didn't get anything that day. But I got a few while I was out dove shooting.
Awesome. So now, did you obviously? So it sounds like you were doing target shooting and then competitive shooting sports first, and then getting into hunting. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of started out with just out here at Turpin, just kind of getting used to it, and the practice shooting, if you want to call it that, and then got into the competitive with trap, and then now UNL, and then between, I don't know, last couple years, I've kind of started hunting more and getting out with friends and going hunting.
And that's what I heard. I heard you had a couple friends who were pretty avid hunters that were inside you. Now, I have to ask, were some of those friends also on the trap team?
They were not.
Oh.
So actually, well, yeah, I mean, one of them is. Let me take that back. One of them is, but buddy I went dove hunting with, he actually lives out in Valparaiso, Nebraska.
Okay.
So he lives a little bit from here. So,
Well, good. Well, I'm glad making connections, starting to get into it. I know there's been some mentors, even maybe here at the Turpin Center, that you've made that help get you outdoors as well. So know that there is those people out there to get you out. I'm excited to hear about it. And then I do also need to ask, because of your experience and everything, and talk about your coaches there. Is that something you ever thought about doing here? Once you finish your collegiate career, ever getting back in or helping with maybe the local, junior high or high school trap teams in the future?
So I had actually just talked to my coaches like a week ago. Excuse me. Like a week ago, and I wanted to help coach the team or support the team in any way, and they were more than happy to have me back. So
yeah, more hands just make life easier when it comes to working with students and making sure they're all there. And the coolest part, we're talking about how many people are up there shooting. We're talking about 2,500 a year, and we're having all of these. We're talking anywhere from sixth grader or sixth, seventh graders all the way up through seniors. Mm-hmm. So we're talking, 13-year-olds, 12, 13-year-olds shooting all the way up until 18, shooting at this event, and 2,500 each year. And it's like, you know what? We never had an incident. We haven't had any issues. Everything's gone smoothly. So it's just been one of those that's like, it's all credit to the coaches, the people training them, make sure everything's done safely, but then also all the parameters and rules in place to make sure safety is going on. Because there we have the line of officers that go there and help run the two traps at a time there on the line to help keep things moving smoothly. So it's a great, safe event for everybody. Fun time there. Everybody, wearing their eye and ear protection and that. But it was, like I said, it's a lot of fun to be out there. So you're going to be helping out with the school. Is there anything you would say to people who might be interested in getting into either shooting trap or just hunting or shooting sports in general?
I will say, if they're looking just to get out and shoot, start with like some local place like Turpin, for a good example. They, again, helped me get started and were super like a coach almost. Like they taught me the safety rules and got me to understand it before they let me shoot. And then when I shot, I was safe with it. I will say, if you come from a background like me, not much family history with shooting, we'll say that is probably one of the biggest things that kind of got me into it. And I would strongly recommend to check it out. Or if you already have that and you're looking to get with a team, there's plenty of teams around. And I would strongly recommend that because I met some good people and some good friends on my trap team.
Yep. And now, it's becoming, a hobby, a pastime for you to continue on throughout your life. And even after you're done here, there's plenty of adult leagues going on, of trap leagues across the state throughout all the time too, right?
Yeah. So right now it's summer trap league is what we call it, but it's just like it's a Thursday night thing. You get a group together and you go out and shoot. Right now we're at Isaac Walton League for a league tonight, and just go out, shoot, compete against other people. There's people my age, younger, and there's people older, as old as my parents. Like every age is out there, and they're always having a blast.
Yep, it's something that you can continue on going for a long time. I know even if you are just an avid hunter, who I always just use trap my entire life as just all right, I get ready for the upcoming pheasant season or something like that. But, it can be done year round. It can be competitions. It could just be friendly, just some fun stuff to go do. So be always looking around, look up what's in the local trap leagues in your area or shooting leagues in your area. You can go find something fun to do. But I just want to say thank you a lot, Cooper, for your time to come in and sit and chat with us. And we want to wish you the best with your collegiate career and from that time on. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So other parts or notes for you guys too, listening here to Hunt Nebraska, is our draw processes and application periods are coming up here for our big game season. So if you're wanting to check out anything for a big game, our guide has been released on the web version, and the guides are being printed as we speak, and hopefully out here in the next week or two. So make sure to check those out so you're stay up to date on the local or when those application periods are due. I know landowner elk is currently going on, and landowner antelope is currently going on right now. So make sure to look into that if it fits into what you're wanting to hunt this year. But we'll have more about that maybe in an upcoming podcast of all those different draw dates coming up. Until then, we'll see you outdoors.
Hunt Nebraska, brought to you by your Nebraska Game and Parks Commission.